Good afternoon, Homes Road Church of Christ. I hope this finds you doing well, physically, mentally, spiritually, all the ways. Hope you're staying sharp out there. Won't be too much longer, I hope, but we'll get together soon. And I just wanted to give you a little Wednesday devotional thought. A few years ago, I had to be put in the hospital for my gallbladder removal. And I was in the hospital in my artesia one time because I had pericarditis around my heart. And those times when I was in the hospital, I learned some interesting lessons. I learned that there are two kinds of nurses. One that kind of, doctors and nurses. But the first group, they just come in and they just do their job. You know, they're just there to draw your blood. They're there to check your vitals. They're there to give you a new IV bag, whatever it is. They're just there to do their job. They come in, out, and they leave. But there's another group of doctors and nurses that come in and they seem interested in you. They're full of compassion and kindness, and they want to talk about your family, and they'll even talk about theirs, and they're encouraging with their words, and they're positive. And I learned the value of positivity amongst doctors and nurses, even as when I was there in a patient. And today I was watching the news, and it just kind of reminded me of that. As I was watching the news, there was a study done in England, and they were looking at COVID-19 patients in England, and they noticed that amongst the patients there in England, that they had one group of patients that was recovering very quickly, and some patients that weren't recovering as fast. And so they got to studying it, and they noticed that many of the COVID-19 patients who were recovering quickly had doctors and nurses that were positive and encouraging. And some of the other patients, they had doctors and nurses that were just there doing their job. Now, both of them recovered. Even the ones that weren't very positive or encouraging, just doing their job, they still recovered, but it was at a much slower rate of recovery. And so I just think that's very interesting to note how encouragement can actually help heal. And the sociologists in England that were doing this study, all they had to do was look to the Bible. God has told us this for thousands of years. In Proverbs chapter 16, verse 24, it says, "Gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones." Healing to the bones. Your words have the ability to lift others' soul as well as heal physically. And that's what they're discovering with this COVID-19. And so I want to just encourage you. I know many of us are in our homes. We're following the governor's orders to stay home. But use your power of words and positive attitude to reach someone today. You have the power to touch someone's soul. You have the power to lift them up. You have the power to help encourage them. You can heal them mentally, spiritually, and even physically by simply using positive words and a positive attitude. And you can do that. So I just want to encourage you to be Christ in this world, to be his ambassador, and to reach out and use positivity today. Reach out and touch someone. Encourage them. Have a great one, Holmes Road. We'll see you soon.